Jews, Yehudim. Again, preferring tribal distinctions, Judah, Levi, Benjamin, whatever. Again, they didn't view themselves as these returning exiles either. So again, you get Josephus, you get the Dead Sea Scrolls stuff, the stuff from Qumran. Again, these other sources are actually being very careful with the way they use the term Israel and the way they use the term Jew. And since they are not, here's the major point. Again, here's the major point. Since Israel and Jew, those two terms are not used the same ways of the same things, they cannot be completely synonymous. So anyone who says they are and wants to make a theological or political point out of that is just wrong. Okay, the basis of the claim is flawed. So they are not completely overlapping. Now let's talk about some implications and go back to Paul here. Israel, and especially all Israel, refers to the covenant tribes of God, the 12 tribes. But again, the term Israel and the phrase all Israel can't be said to refer to exclusively ethnic Jews. If you were thinking of ethnic Jews, if you were Paul and you're thinking about, hey, I'm writing to the Romans here, and I'm talking about like end times, and I'm talking about their future destiny, and I want to make sure that they know that I'm writing about ethnic Jews, Paul would have used the term Judaios. He does not. He uses Israel. All Israel will be saved. He doesn't say all Judaioi will be saved. Two different things. So when Paul speaks of all Israel, again, which in the Old Testament points to the covenant tribes, he is speaking not necessarily of ethnic Jews, but of the totality of God's covenant people. Let me read that again. When Paul speaks of all Israel, which in the Old Testament points to the covenant tribes, he is speaking not necessarily of ethnic Jews, but of the totality of God's covenant people. In other words, when Paul uses the term Israel or thinks of Israel, he isn't excluding ethnic Jews, but he's also not thinking only of ethnic Jews. Rather, he is thinking about the total covenant people of God. And you know what that means? Here's the implication. It means that when Paul talks about Israel and all Israel, he's talking about a theological construct, not an ethnic construct. And that is really, really important. Israel for Paul is not an ethnic term. It's a theological term. Why? Because it is tied to the covenant people concept in the Old Testament. And Paul's reading of this is not unique. It's consistent with the Second Temple literature. All Israel does not point to all ethnic Jews. So not only can't the first Jew sort of jump on this and draw conclusions. Again, equating Israel and the church. Well, why not, Mike? It sounds like the ecclesiastical interpretation. It's just the church now. No. It's the church, yes, but it doesn't exclude Jews, like a lot of replacement theologians want to have it. And the last view, the eschatological miracle view, that really wants Israel to mean ethnic Jews, because all the ethnic Jews are miraculously saved, that doesn't wash either. Okay, that doesn't wash either. Because if that's what Paul was intending, he would have used a different term. So again, we have we have some nits to pick with replacement theology and the basis for what they say, and your more popular evangelical kind of, as your miracle conversion view. Again, there's problems there too. And this is typically the way it is with eschatology. A system will latch on to an idea, and again, I hate to put it this way, but never actually go back to the primary texts and check if their idea derives from the primary sources or not. And what that leads to in the replacement view, they overstate the case, again, and it actually produces antipathy toward Jews, ethnically or politically. And on the other side, it misreads the text. Okay, Paul is not talking about ethnic Jews in Romans 11, 25, and 26. So again, these are important implications of what's going on here. I mean, we have to let the primary sources guide our thinking. Now,